right, let's try this again. I'm hoping that people can see me now. I don't know what happened the last time. I'm gonna start again. There we go, start it again, and here we go. So I'm gonna repeat myself because no one was here. So today it's May 19th. We have some new products that we're gonna be talking about today. I've got some really great new seasonings that we're gonna be talking about today. There are some really amazing opportunities for those of you who might want some new spring products. I do have some spots left for the month of May. We've got 2 weeks left for the month of May. So if anybody is interested in getting some new spring products, you still have that time to do that. I go live during your party. Your party can last anywhere between 3 to 5 days, depending on what you want, and you as the hostess gets to earn free things. So today's recipe, as I put in the description, it feels like spring. It is spring, sorry, but feels like summer. And I don't know what happened with the last portion of the live, but it doesn't matter, we're here now, we're gonna do it again. So, I'm actually making a really easy, it's called the vegan barbecue slider. Actually, we're not even gonna eat it as a slider tonight, we're gonna kind of eat it as a burrito bowl. I try to go meatless, personally myself, twice a week. It's just a conscious thing that I do. I have a daughter, my oldest is vegan, she doesn't live at home, but you know, we try to get some new and different recipes. And then I do have a meat alternative if people do want to have it. So tonight for this recipe, I'm actually gonna use it as the base of a burrito bowl. I'm gonna have all the fixings set up and I'll show you. But this is a really delicious and tangy way to get some a new sauce into your life that you can then incorporate into anything else. So this is a really easy barbecue sauce that we're gonna put onto our vegetables. So the recipe itself calls for carrots. It asks for 1 large, so I put 2 medium. It asks for 1/2 of a red onion and a whole sweet potato to be cut in half and some garlic. Now, as far as the seasoning go, we need some salt and pepper, we need some soy sauce, we need some apple cider vinegar, we need some tomato paste and some brown sugar. Now, this recipe calls for just a regular old mustard, like a French's mustard. But I'm actually going to be using a curry mustard. This mustard, for those of you who live in Toronto, there's a really neat little French store, I guess, a specialty store that she sells pastries and sauces and such from France. And she sells a couple of mustards. This being the curry one is amazing. And so I'm going to incorporate it into this barbecue sauce. Now, the other thing I do want to touch on is we've come up with 2 new seasonings for the spring. One called a Kansas City style barbecue, and another is called the South Carolina style barbecue. Now you can see there it's got the yellow in color because it's got mustard already incorporated into it, where the Kansas City one has more of a mesquite kind of a barbecue flavor. And so the recipe that I'm going to attach, this is a new summer recipe, spring summer recipe from Pampered, which I'm going to attach to my newsletter this week. This recipe calls for the regular ingredients that I talked about, and then it also does give the alternative if you are wanting to use the new seasoning. So I'm going to add a bit of the seasoning to it afterwards because, again, we do like a nice mustardy kind of flavor to the barbecue sauce. And again, a really simple recipe that we're going to be doing into the microwave. We're going to be using the Everyday Rock Crock, which is the 2.5 quart rock crock. For those of you who aren't familiar with a rock crock, it's similar to our Pampered Chef stones, except on crack. And the reason I actually say that is instead of being stone, it's clay-based, so it withstands the heat, meaning it can go onto the barbecue as well. It does all the great things that a regular stone does, going into the oven, the microwave, the freezer, the fridge, and on the barbecue. The only thing that cannot go onto the barbecue is the glass lid. It comes with a glass lid. Do not put the glass lid on. It's not heat tempered to the barbecue. So when I do use my everyday or my regular Dutch oven onto the barbecue, I actually just put a sheet of tin foil on, which is probably better for me anyhow because I tend to do 12 things at one time and I might accidentally forget and just touch the glass lid. Yeah, I would. So anyhow, that's what I love. So if you aren't comfortable using a microwave, or you don't even have a microwave, that's okay. Alternatively, you can do it on your barbecue, or you can do it into your oven. That's not a problem as well. So today I'm actually going to be using the microwave because while it's cooking, I'm actually going to be doing a dessert today. And the dessert is actually featuring yet another spring product that I'm going to be talking about. Like I said, if anybody would like their hands on a few spring products, they know somebody having a shower or moving, it's a great way for anyone to get some free products into their hand. So I am starting with the Rapid Press Mandolin, which is back in stock, folks. Yeah! It's back in stock. The stones are all back in stock. Yeah! The other thing that should be back in stock in the next 2 weeks is the air fryer, okay? The air fryer is going to be back in stock for everyone. But for those of you who might want an air fryer this month and you don't want to wait the next couple weeks, a great time to do it is May. You host a party, you too can earn the air fryer at 60% off. So we're starting with the Rapid Press Mandolin. We're actually starting with the julienne cut and a thickness of a number 3, which I'm going to show you here. The knobs are on the back. Okay, so we're turning it to number 3. The julienne, the top button there gives you the thickness. It's got little rubber feet, which is great. It's suction cups to the counter. The catch-all just catches it right there. And we're simply just gonna cut the carrots up. I'm gonna start with the carrots and I'm just gonna chop it along and simply cut the carrots. This is an amazing product that can quickly get done. Dishwasher safe, easy to use, and if you've got little hands into the kitchen, it's an amazing opportunity for them to actually have some fun and even make a mess on the floor, and you're not going to get that bad. So I'm going to put the sweet potato in as well. Ooh, this is a wide sweet potato. You can see here that it's not too hard to cut. Sweet potatoes are, in comparison to a regular potato, more tough, but the Rapid Press has no problem. No problem cutting that. As well, I'm going to get the other half of this sweet potato. And I don't know if I mentioned we're going to have this as a burrito bowl. Wednesdays are always fun because I prep dinner so early. There we go. So we've got the sweet potato and we have the carrots in here. I'm going to quickly show you. It just pops it off. Look at that. Easy julienne. That's both the carrots and the sweet potato. I'm going to toss it right into the everyday pan before I do the onions. Okay. Just going to toss that in there. As well, I'm going to do the half of the red onion in the same thickness. You can see how fast and easy that was as far as prep goes. All right. Okay. We've got all that in the everyday pan. And you know what the best part of this is? It's so safe. Okay. I'm just going to close it up. I pop the center piece off with the little green button. I close it. I turn it. And the blade is tucked away. Look, Mom, no hands. I didn't cut myself at all. Now, the Rapid Press Mandolin comes with a little, I call it the toothbrush for the mandolin. I can then open the center and see if there's anything caught in here in the front or the back, getting any of the bigger pieces out, and then I just toss the sucker into the dishwasher. Amazing, fast, and easy to use. Okay? So now I'm just going to prep the barbecue sauce. So I'm going to place the vegetables and sprinkle with salt and mix well and combine. So, and then I'm going to toss them into the microwave while I'm making the sauce. So I'm just going to put some little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and this is just the Pampered Chef grinder. These are the peppercorns from Pampered Chef. There's some amazing peppercorns that Epicure has as well. So again, that's our Pampered Chef. I'm going to put this into the microwave. Place the vegetables in deep cover bake. Okay, and I'm just going to put the lid on it and it's asking to put it in for 10 to 12 minutes. So I think I'll put it on for 10 minutes and then I'll check it because my microwave is actually pretty warm. Okay, oops. And while that's going on, we're gonna start the barbecue sauce. Maybe I should have taken a bowl out. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna use my small baker. This is not my small baker. This is my prep bowl. This is the small 4-cup prep bowl. We also have it in the 8-cup. Okay, so for the sauce, we are going to put in 1/3 of a cup of mustard. So I don't know if I have a whole 1/3 of a cup of the little mustard here, but let's try. 1/3 of a cup. So I'm going to be using my measure-all cup, which again, measure-all cup can be used on 2 sides. If I'm using the wet ingredients, something like a rice, water, any of that, I would use the blue side for measuring and it would pour out the spout. If I'm using something sticky, mayonnaise, sour cream, honey, maple syrup, any of those things, I'm going to be using the red side. So I'm going to push it to the 1/3 cup. I'm going to see how much mustard I can get out of my curry mustard. Apparently I need to go on to the Danforth and go back to the shop because it's food. She is open, so I do not have enough, so I'm just going to add regular French's mustard as well. There we go. And I'm just going to pop that right into the baker. And again, you can see there, my hands are not full of mustard, and the mustard is actually in the container, so it's amazing. Okay, from there I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup of the apple cider vinegar. Okay, just going to shake that up. Doesn't matter what brand you do use. Again, 1/3 of a cup. I guess I should use the other side now because I'm going to use liquid, so I'm just going to use 1/3 of a cup. Pouring that right in. I am adding 1 to 2 cloves of pressed garlic. I love garlic, so I'm going to use 2 cloves, which I'm going to use the Pampered Chef garlic press. I do not have to peel my garlic. That's my favorite feature of my garlic press. I'm just putting the whole clove, unpeeled, right into that press, pressing down and getting all the garlic in. As I said before, anybody who does buy jarred garlic, you know within 2 weeks after you've opened it, you've lost the pure freshness of your garlic. This garlic press is $30. It's the best $30 you will have ever invested in a garlic press. This is my 20-year-old garlic press. Again, there's the skin, don't have to worry about it. Super fast, super easy. Dishwasher safe, so super easy to clean. I don't put mine in the dishwasher too often because I use it for pretty much every meal. So I just quickly hand wash it so that the sucker is always available for me. So again, I just pop out that peel and easy peasy lemon squeezy, okay? So we've got the garlic, the mustard, and the apple cider vinegar. I'm adding 1/4 of a cup of tomato paste. So I am going to show you how easy it is to use the can opener. Some of us who have it love it because it clips right onto the can and again holds on for dear life. I just turn it and then I turn it the opposite direction to take it off. It's got little teeth there and a little button. So once you want to take the top off, I just take the teeth and with the button closes the teeth and allowing me to easily take the lid off, which is super simple. And I need 1/4 of a cup of the tomato paste. Okay. So I'm just going to use the same measure-all cup because we've got mustard anyhow, and the tomato paste right along the top. There we go. Tomato paste. easily pushing that in. I normally take the measure and I just scrape the bottom of that. All right. And from there, I need 2.5 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm going to be using the regular, not the Easy Read, but the regular measuring spoons. I'm adding 2.5 teaspoons. What's great about 2.5 tablespoons of brown sugar. What I love about our measurings is that they are, they have a flat bottom, so I can lay them onto the counter if I did need to pour something like a vanilla or anything into it. It also has tiny, up until 1/8 of a teaspoon, which is quite handy for those bakers in the world that actually need something fast and easy to use. So I've got the brown sugar in there. My computer, there we go. I need 1/2 teaspoon of soy sauce. Okay. Oh. 1/2 teaspoon of soy sauce. Okay. Now I do want to show you as well the other measure-all cup, because the measure-all cups come in 3 different sizes. So this is the regular measure-all cup, that's a 2-cupper. This is the 1-cupper, and then this one does teaspoons and tablespoons, which is amazing, again, for those bakers and cooks who you tend to use things and have things dirty and you don't want to have another alternative. You're able to use those as well. I need 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, cayenne, and again, with our measuring everything, it even has the 1/4. So I need 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. Now I actually might add a little bit more cayenne because we like our food spicy. 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. And then it's just asking for black pepper. Again, so I'm just gonna do a shot of black pepper in there. Now, like I said, this recipe also alternatively says, instead of the regular mustard, that you could add something like the Carolina style barbecue sauce. So on the bottom of it, it will tell you that you can combine all other ingredients with the exception of the seasonings, and then add 2 tablespoons to apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, a tablespoon of brown sugar and the garlic, and with some water and the soy sauce. So I'm going to, in this recipe, include all of that as well. But for today, I'm following the regular recipe. You can see there, it's easy peasy. And while the vegetables are still cooking, I'm going to bring on our other recipe that we're going to be doing today. So with the summertime theme here in the spring, I thought we would do a really delicious and easy summertime treat. And the reason I did it is it shows one of our other new products that I'm very excited to show you guys. I just want to clean up just a half second because I don't like when my sweetness touches my savory. It's just who I am. So I'm just going to quickly clean my counter for a tiny bit, and I'm really excited to show you guys one of the newer products that was just released. I just earned it. Very excited to have it. I'm very excited to use it today. Wow, I have totally destroyed my floor. So, one of our new products today that I'm excited to show you is a new cool and serve. Now, I am hoping here in Ontario that eventually this summer that we might be able to have even a small gathering with family and or friends, or family and friends. And what I love about this cool and serve is it's a full 9x13. Lid comes off like normal. The center comes out. It has the 2 pieces that you would put into the freezer, putting it into the bottom. All of this is dishwasher safe. Those of you who have a cool and serve, this is a beautiful addition to our cool and serves. These would be frozen, obviously they're not right now, but I can put this easily in here. I can put the lid onto the bottom and serve this. So what I can do is I can easily prepare in here. What I'm gonna do today is a really delicious layered Oreo treat. I've actually made ours a little low in sugar so that it's a little less calories for Dave, and for me, for that matter. What I love about this size is, as well, is I can prepare something even like a barbecue chicken and have a cold chicken in here. I can have, again, veggies and have a dip into the center. I love that we've made another addition to our cool and serve, to our pieces that we can hopefully be able to use this summer out into our backyards or our cottages. And I was very excited with the size of it and the ease of it. So great alternative. So we're actually going to do another recipe, another new recipe from Pampered Chef. It's actually an oldie but a goodie in the sense that a lot of us have already made a dessert similar to this. This is called the Cookies and Cream Ice Box Cake. It actually doesn't have any cake involved in it. All we're asking for is heavy whipping cream, Oreo cookies, and so I'm actually going to use the Oreo thins because they are less calories. And on the top, I'm going to use some of the Oreo crumbs, again, trying to just cut the calories, but still having the goodness. Now, for those of you who do know, I love my whipped cream maker. I talk about my whipped cream maker often because I can froth milk, I can do scrambled eggs in it where I can whip my eggs into it. For those of you who are vegan, you can make your own mayonnaise in it. But you can also make whipped cream in it, which is awesome. And again, I like to flavor my whipped cream, maybe with a little Baileys, maybe with a little moonshine, and then put it on top of maybe a few drinky drinks that eventually I'm hoping this summer we can have as well. So with something as big as this recipe is calling, I did use my KitchenAid Mix Master, and I did just whip up my whipped cream in my Mix Master. I did just use my whisk. I used an entire container, and asked for 3 cups. I used an entire container of the whipping cream. I added the 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar, and then I used our double strength vanilla. So I used probably a tablespoon. So it simply is asking us to layer the cookies onto the bottom. Okay, so again, I'm using the thins. I did try to find Mr. Christie, who makes Oreo, actually makes just a wafer. It's kind of like a scalloped edge wafer, and I couldn't find it, so I alternatively went with the thins. This recipe does call for regular Oreos. I guess you could use double stuff if you wanted to, but again, I was trying to cut calories down where I could, where you could still have a little treat, and you wouldn't feel like you were not getting everything that you wanted. So I'm just layering the Oreos, and then I am simply going to put the whipping cream on top of the cookies. So again, I'm just going to spread that out. I have sweetened the whipping cream. The problem is too, the cookies do tend to move a little bit. You're gonna want to set this for a couple hours before, but this is a really delicious and easy dessert that you could, again, you can make adjustments to it if you need to. We're pretty big Oreo fans here, so any way that I could get an Oreo into a dessert, I'm all for. So just gonna move some of this whipping cream over here, and then I'm just gonna start another layer of the cookies. So if anybody sees those wafers, let me know, because I could not find them if my life depended on it. But it just cuts down the calories with the centers, the Oreo centers. Again, when I attach this recipe, it's gonna just tell you to use regular Oreo cookies. But again, I was trying to cut the calories down. The microwave has just gone off, so I'm just gonna finish this and then we'll pull out our barbecue sauce and show our vegan barbecue sliders, which again, I'm gonna be using tonight as our vegan burrito bowls, or whatever you wanna call them. So again, I'm just layering that and putting the remaining whipping cream all over the top of this one. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle with some of the Oreo cookie crumbs. And then this says to let it settle, like I said, for about 2 to 3 hours. So it's gonna be perfect tonight for dessert as a nice light alternative after we go for our walk. Throwing that there. And then I'm just gonna take our Oreo cookie crumbs, just simply crumbs, and I'm just gonna sprinkle that along the top. Now, how easy and cool is this dessert? Again, I hope this summer we are able to get together a nice, easy dessert that I could prepare within 10 minutes, and that included whipping the whipping cream, but also that I can take it with me in the container. So there is our ice box. You can see there, our ice box cake, Oreo cake. I'm able to put the lid on there, and I'm now able to just toss that right into the fridge. I'm gonna quickly show you the vegetables because they just beeped. Grab that from the microwave. Whew, guess I should have grabbed my oven mitts, that was silly. All right. So we've got the carrots, onion, sweet potato going on here. We've got a really, see there, the steam coming off, easily cooked down. We've got some delicious sauce that I'm just gonna pour over top of that. Smells amazing. And again, you can tang this up. If you're not interested in this sauce at all, just use your favorite barbecue sauce. If you've got a favorite barbecue sauce, or you've got an alternative recipe for another sauce that you think would be good, toss it in on the site. Everybody loves a good barbecue sauce. This one is a delicious kind of a mustard base to it. You can see here I've got one of our new sets of tongs there. These are the ones for pasta. Great with a julienne vegetable that I'd be able to do. It smells divine in here. And again, you would serve this on a Kaiser bun, maybe slicing up some dill pickles and putting it on top, and you've got yourself a vegan slider that's done in the microwave in under 15 minutes. Again, tonight we're gonna use this alternatively. I'm gonna crush up some nacho chips. I'm gonna use the jalapeno nacho chips and the hint of lime, and we're gonna use that as the base instead of rice tonight. I'm gonna put this on top with a little shredded lettuce, some avocado and some tomato. Again, a really simple, easy dessert. Oh, this is not a dessert. Easy, simple base for if you're not vegan or you're just vegetarian, maybe pescatarian. Add anything to this. I find this is gonna be delicious even tomorrow morning cold, and even toss onto a bed of lettuce. So, these are a couple easy recipes for the summertime. Like I said, it's spring but feels like summer. I'm getting very excited to start sharing some of the new products, especially some of the new recipes. I am extremely thankful that you're all here today. I know it's been a couple crazy weeks during this month. We had a scare with my mom last week, and unfortunately I wasn't here live. And a couple weeks prior to that, I was helping my oldest daughter move in Montreal. So I'm happy to report that everybody's fine, everyone's good, we're all getting vaccinated, so we can all start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I've been looking for the wafers for, okay, so Melissa, if any one of us sees them, we totally need to pick up those Oreo wafers, exactly. So, happy Wednesday, everyone. I'm gonna be popping these into the newsletter this week. Looking forward to sharing some new and great new recipes that Pampered Chef has come out with. Like I said, if you know anybody who's possibly moving, starting a new life, needs some new kitchen products, and that might even just be you, I've got a couple spots available still in May, and looking forward to sharing some of the new products with you. Thanks again for coming.